Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. And yes, that is Nick you hear singing in the background. I guess you could
Ba
call it.
ba 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 ba. I'm back, motherfuckers.
Whoa.
I'm back. What's up? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the Smackdown Live review recap. I didn't turn the goddamn volume down on my computer end. For August 28th, 2018. If you guys do want to text into the show to give your thoughts, you can text 510-906-1341. That's 510-906-1341. We've got Xavier Thomas, Kristen McNutt, Molly Shernan, I can't pronounce it, Asteroid Nukes, Steve, and Ashton Tyler. Got Benjamin and Xavier as well. I missed you too, Xavier. Glad to be back. Nicholas is here. That's actually kind of a shot. Oh, that's a... Oh, okay, there's the other Nicholas I was thinking about. Nicholas Altamores is playing some Fortnite right now while listening to you guys.
Awesome. So
Thanks, homie.
before we talk SmackDown, WWE did announce on their website that AJ Styles will be defending the WWE Championship against Samoa Joe at Super Showdown.
Gonna be exciting.
Even though they're supposed to have their match at Hell in a Cell first, which is just weird.
And we'll talk Wednesday about kind of like that Hell in a Cell thing and everything and how that can play out. But let's go ahead and kick off what happened tonight on SmackDown Live.
So SmackDown Live kicked off with the New Day, the five-time tag team champs coming out. Just basically,
I thought this was a
celebrating.
very good way to open the show.
Good way as far as nobody expected what happened. I don't think anybody
no one
did.
expected what happened, and it got people to laugh and smile, and it was
yeah.
fun. And it kind of set the tone for like it's going to be a very fun night of television. I like it.
So then they come out
Nicholas, $2 just said nards. I don't know what that means.
Sure,
but thanks, man. I'll say I'm a nard for more money.
So New Day come out. They talk about winning the tag team championships. Big E brought a miniature version of the. Big E was about to say that they're the five-time champs when Booker T's music hits. Not just Booker T's music, but the music of King Booker.
That was really not good to me. Like, I didn't like that gimmick.
I thought it was funny. King
I thought
Booker
it was just kind of
Queen Charmel, and he had some random-ass where'd that come from accent.
I thought
and then he had a weird accent in TNA, too, for a while. I don't even...
It ran its course, but it never stopped. It just kept going.
Gets me.
What?
Booker T's a five-time world champion. Technically, he's a six-time world champion because when he was, he won the world title. You forget that sometimes.
Yeah.
When I five time.
I don't blame him.
If you say WCW champ, okay, but people don't even say that anymore. They just say world champion.
Yeah, I guess I mean, it's all the same.
So, anyways, Booker T comes out there, and he basically congratulates them from joining the Five Timers Club.
It's a weird club.
The New Day allowed
Steve,
Booker...
real quick, Steve Endless says, no Charmel, 0 stars. It's understandable.
So, Booker then christened Xavier as Lord Xavier the Wise. Kofi was Sir Kofi. And Big E, the Brave.
I like it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was funny. Tim, fix your audio.
Fix my audio.
Unplug and replug.
Really?
Yeah.
Mother.
Oh, did they say WCW tonight? I didn't get the chance to watch that part. Yeah, we're fixing it.
Did they? I didn't hear him say that.
Headphone warning.
Huh?
Oh, whenever you unplug it, it's always headphone warning.
Oh. They may have, but I didn't hear it.
Yeah, you're getting your new Mac Saturday.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So.
And if not, Long Beach.
Oh,
goddamn.
So basically, he said Sir Kofi the Brave and Big E. Big E said he was disappointed he really didn't get a cool nickname. Big E said that Booker just went full Saxton on them. Booker was unhappy with that comment. He quickly changed the tune. Booker, Woods, and Kingston all tried to do spinneroonies, and then Big E attempted to do a spinneroonie as well. Big E, instead of doing a spinneroonie, just basically fell on his back and threw his legs up in the air, and they spun him around in a circle. A turtle on his back. Sure. So then this led to the New Day getting their own announce table at ringside as we had a triple threat match. The Bar, Gallows and Anderson, and the Clones making their return to television. Winners will
and
go
the
on.
club making their return to television.
I guess you could say that. The winners will go on next week, or not in 2 weeks, to face the winners of next week's six-man tag. So in this match, again, the New Day had their own commentary table. The announce team weren't as surprised this time that they had their own commentary table.
I like that a lot. I think them having their own announce tables, like, it's a cute little gimmick.
Right.
I think it's funny. It can get the crowd involved as well, which is always fun.
So, Clones got a little in control early on. Primo distracted Carl Anderson, and Epico shoved him off the top turnbuckle. I did like how Carl Anderson's gear said MC on it, or MG.
What is MG?
His old machine gun Carl Anderson.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
He had it on the knee pads. It had a big hole on each side, and then on his ass it said Anderson. Pretty funny.
Machine. That theme song was so fucking good.
Yep.
Machine.
I mean, that's why Tama Tonga does the gun stun, because he was basically what's the word I'm looking for? When Anderson left New Japan, he left that move to Tama Tonga.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You learn something new.
He
every
does it
day.
in respect. I don't know, but yeah, that's the way they play it up in New Japan. That he does it because Carl Anderson left that move to him when he left.
Continuing on here on that
Anyway,
three-way tag man match.
Commercial break. Afterwards, the Bar was in control and scored a near fall. Gallows got a hot tag and ran wild, including hitting a big old freaking Muay Thai kick to the head.
God, that's impressive. For
Pump
such a
handle
guy.
slam, splash, 2 count. Clones hit a double backstabber on Gallows, but Cesaro made the blind tag and stole the pin to advance to the finals. So they did make the Clones look good, but in the end,
They took the pin.
Huh? In the end, the Bar still won.
Yeah, which I guess I'm fine with the Bar winning. I guess.
So then backstage,
I would have personally rather seen the club. I feel like these guys are just kind of, I didn't mean to cut you off, are just kind of floundering around. I get that they're popular for the house show circuits, but man, I want to see more Carl Anderson. Fuck, give him a U.S. title run. Literally give anyone a tag U.S. title run. Anybody. Let that U.S. title be like a, I don't mean this in a bad way. Let it be like the European title. Let it just be like, that's what it is. It's just a title. It's just there. Let someone do something with it. I mean, sure, Shinsuke's cool having it. What did Shinsuke do tonight?
Nothing much.
Exactly. Oh my god.
So then we see backstage in Paige's office, you've got Rusev, Lana, and Aiden English. Basically stated that next week there will be another triple threat match, which we'll see Rusev Day, the Usos, and Sanity going on. And Rusev was like, Lana, thank you for setting this up for me. And she was like, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. And he looks at Aiden, and Aiden's like, basically just like, you're welcome. Let's win this. Trying to get back in Rusev's good graces.
You think they win that? You think Sanity wins that, and then Sanity goes on to beat
It's probably
the
going to be
Bar?
the same. It's probably fucking Usos. You get the
Think
Usos
so?
versus the Bar again. That's
I
the
don't
way they
want it,
like to
though.
do things.
I don't want it, though.
I don't either, but I bet you.
Anyway, continuing on here with SmackDown Live tonight.
So, Jeff Hardy comes down to address Randy Orton. He had
Had some
RKO.
great face paint tonight.
He had the RKO written on his face.
I like
He
it.
noted that Orton has targeted him and got into his head. He recapped attacking Orton last week, hitting the Swanton Bomb, and he called out Randy Orton. Orton said that he isn't finished with Hardy yet. He's going to leave Hardy a pile of broken bones in the ring. Orton refused to enter the ring tonight and said that Hardy should be smarter than all the dumb Canadians.
Fix your mic.
Huh?
Fix your mic.
Orton would then go then said that Hardy needs to remember about the RKO, but Hardy cut him off when he said RK, and then Jeff said, no.
Mm-hmm. So I want to talk about something. So long story short, to kind of speed this up a little bit, that match is going to be...
That was it.
That match is in the cell.
Yeah. Jeff Hardy's going to fucking jump off the cage.
I think they really rushed the reasoning for it to be in the cell. Like, they really rushed the... Orton's crazy, rip the ears, you know... That it loses all meaning. If you remember Wrestling Society S... I don't know if you remember that.
MT.
Yeah, they
Seth
always
Rollins.
have a whole bunch of stuff going on at once, all the time. And you start to lose interest because you're like, all right, oh my god, that's all happening. I had no time to process this. I see why the match is going into the cell, but I don't like how quickly they forced that build up to go into the cell. So that's kind of where I am with that right now.
Right.
So
basically, Randy Orton was left speechless, and they basically ended the segment. We then learned that their match will be in Hell in a Cell, like Nick said, and then Renee Young interviewed Carmella. Young wondered how Carmella felt about the buzz between Becky and Charlotte, how nobody was talking about her. Carmella said that she still gets a lot of attention and promised to regain her title and put the attention back on her tonight. As she walked off, R-Truth walked in and goes, where'd Carmella go? And Ty Dillinger basically just walks up and goes, you need to stop all this.
Yeah, no, that really needs to stop, but I kind of hope that match happens. I'm not going to lie. It'd be funny. It'd be funny. Why not?
And then we got Billie Kay versus Naomi. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce came out trying to do their usual thing, and the crowd was not having it at all. Like, the crowd was just, boo, boo. So finally they just sped it along. They're like, we're iconic. Get in the ring, Billy. Like, they just, you can tell, like, the crowd just threw them off, so they just ended their promo quick.
Yeah.
So Billie Kay had an early advantage on Naomi. Peyton Royce tried to interfere, but it almost backfired. Naomi rolled up Billie Kay for a near fall. Royce nailed Naomi with a kick, and Kay rolled her up for the win.
Yeah. So, it was all right.
Simple match.
It was all right. Yeah, it was okay.
So then out comes Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella.
I really, really like this segment.
So they're in the ring talking, you know, Bryan was like, they tried to make fun, Miz and Maryse, that is, tried to make fun of my retirement last week. Bryan pointed out that Miz isn't a good actor. He couldn't even act like a tough guy. Brie mentioned that his wife's punch to the Miz was kind of hot. Bryan then
now we know what Bryan's into at home.
Bryan then called her a butt-kicking, diaper-changing hot mama. That kind of played into Raw last night when Brie Bella told Trish Stratus, hey, us mamas need to stick together.
I guess so. I don't care. I honestly, Daniel Bryan promos aren't very fun for me to listen to.
Hey, no, I like Daniel Bryan. But anyways.
He's like Rey Mysterio.
Eh.
He's just not fun. He's not like gonna make you cream your fucking jeans when he's on the microphone. You're there to watch him do some fun shit in the ring. Neither are the fucking Bellas. Let me tell you something about the Bellas on the mic. They are insufferable.
Oh, Nikki last night are horrible.
They physically hurt to listen to a lot of the times, and I feel bad saying it, but it's kind of true.
So then, as they're talking about, you know, we're going to win at Hell in a Cell, out comes Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega.
El Idolo.
Vega said it was an honor to be in the ring with two legends, Brie Bella and Andrade Cien Almas.
That's true.
Vega then would go on to challenge Bryan to face Almas. Bryan goes, you know, I'll take this match, but I'm not the GM anymore, so I can't make matches. But we do have a GM back there. This was weird. He goes, we do have a GM back there that can make matches. And literally, the camera like squares up on the entrance ramp, like right there on the stage. Like Paige's music is supposed to hit. And it's on there for like 15, 20 seconds. Nothing happens. So then Daniel goes, okay, never mind. If I was the GM, when I was GM, I was always coming out here making matches. So, maybe we're having some issues with our new GM. And then Paige comes out. fully out of breath, like she was running, like she missed her cue or something. I don't know what happened here.
Would have been really funny if she was like, Bryan, stop fucking surprising me like that.
Well, no.
Jeez, I was in the bathroom.
She goes, Bryan, I'm sorry. My office tonight's all the way on the other side of the building, and you didn't have to wear these damn heels.
I like that. That's funny to me. I like taking a botch. I like taking a botch,
well, see, that's the
making
thing.
it funny.
Was it a botch, or was that
probably
planned the whole time to make ha-ha funny laugh?
I think it was legit. So $4, Kristen McNutt. Where's Asuka? When can she come back? She'll be back. Trust me. You'll see her.
So
I promise.
she goes, I don't really want to give matches out that the fans don't want to see. So would you guys like to see this match? The crowd went nuts. Yes, yes, yes. So we got Daniel Bryan versus Andrade Cien Almas.
I don't like to give matches the fans don't want to see.
Right.
Just think about what she said there, folks.
Right.
What was the match before this?
What?
She doesn't want to give matches that fans don't want to see.
Billie
Who's
Kay
your
and
women's
Naomi?
champ? Who's your women's champion?
Sorry. Oh, I got to talk about Charlotte's reaction at the end of the show.
So we'll continue on a little bit.
Talking about women's champion. Anyway, so they did
promo vlogs. I don't give a fuck. Deal with it.
So they did some mat wrestling early on, traded submission attempts. Bryan sent Almas into the ropes, but Almas hung on and did his pose. Bryan nailed Almas with a drop kick. Almas locked on a unique submission that I don't know if I'd seen before.
It's the surfboard, but you're standing up instead of you on your back.
Well, yeah, I guess.
So instead of the guy who's doing the move is on his back and the other guy's in the air, the other guy is like hanging down while you're standing up.
Right.
I like it a lot. I think it's a great move.
So they traded vicious chops that echoed across the building. Bryan attempted his dropkick in the corner, but Almas rocked him with a knee. Almas missed a second knee and crashed onto the floor. Bryan then missed a missile dropkick attempt and almost rocked him with a back elbow. This then led to Miz and Maryse coming out, showing that they were watching backstage. My bad. Showing that they were watching backstage. Almost climbed to the top turnbuckle, but Bryan caught him with a dropkick and hit the double underhook suplex. Then Miz came out for distraction. Bryan nailed Miz with a suicide dive, but almost nailed Bryan with a twisting dive to the floor. Almost hit a reverse tornado DDT for a close near fall. Almost then attempted a moonsault, but Bryan got to his feet, and Bryan attempted the yes lock. Zelina Vega would then jump on the apron, but Brie Bella would pull her down. Maryse then jumped Brie from behind and pushed her into the ring post. Miz then jumped Bryan from behind. Almost gave Bryan a hammerlock DDT, and Vega hit the double knees. This really ended up causing a disqualification as The Miz applied the yes lock on Bryan. Maryse hit a DDT on Brie Bella. Miz then hit the skull-crushing finale on Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I thought it was all great. It was very good. Got some good heat. I'm excited. So, and Nicole, we do know about the stuff that happened on Aftermath. Nicholas let us know over on Twitter because apparently he watches daytime television in Canada like a weird. What are you doing with your life, Nicholas? Where you're watching Canadian daytime television?
Okay, so apparently Ty Dillinger was on a show today called Aftermath, talking about Smackdown and whatnot, and they asked him about his favorite moments, and he said that his favorite moments were his first match and seeing the debut of his fiancée on the main roster, Peyton Royce.
That's pretty cool.
So moving on here, WWE Women's SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte was interviewed by Renee Young. Fans booed her. She says she's not going to apologize.
Shit out of her.
That was nothing compared to the very end of the show as it went off the air. She says she's not going to apologize for working hard. Kristen McNutt with the $5 Super Chat donation. She said, I'm confused to the real heel, Charlotte or Becky. Trust me, I'm going to talk about that. Because it's supposed to be Becky. Anyways.
Becky said the B word, and you don't have to
you don't
have to bleep out the B word.
You don't have the B word is considered a bad word on television, even on broadcast television. So when SmackDown moves to Fox, they can still say bitch.
What's your fucking language?
Hey, asshole. Anyways.
This is a Christian stream.
Sure. So she said she wasn't going to apologize for working hard and, working her way to the top. She said that Becky can never win the big one. She then promised to take out Lynch after she runs through Carmella. Funny thing is, Becky has won the big one, as not only was she the first woman drafted to SmackDown, but she was also the first SmackDown Live Women's Champion. WWE Champion AJ Styles came down to the ring to yet again address Samoa Joe. Styles noted that Joe likes to play mind games, and he's gotten into his head.
I fucking love this so much, man.
He said he's not man enough to beat him for the title. Styles wants to put an end to the mind games. He doesn't want to wait for Hell in a Cell and demanded Joe come down. But instead, Joe was on the Titantron. He said that he wasn't going to come out there. He noted that Styles was there and not with his family, like always.
Thanks, Asteroid Nukes. I will be sure to check it out. Thanks for the $1.99, dude.
Joe then got on his cell phone and called Wendy Styles. Joe told her to calm down and promised to send Styles home. He asked if they're still on for the back-to-school barbecue and said that he'd save him a place and he might stop by next Tuesday.
Save me a plate. I'll stop by next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I want nothing more than a Triple H Randy Orton moment. Nothing more. I want the fake wife and everything.
Well, they can't do the fake wife because we've seen AJ's wife on TV.
Here's the thing. They showed Randy's first fake wife, and then they went with a completely different one 2 years later.
See, that's 2 years later. Okay, cool. But this is like 2 weeks later.
God, Logan Johnson, don't say that in here. Buddy versus Kalisto was phenomenal? Fuck yeah. Anyway.
So AJ Styles ran around backstage looking for Joe, and he almost punched out a crew member. Then the main event.
TJ Fritz, it wasn't a real phone call. He's like, why does he have his number?
It's like all them Kurt Angle phone calls.
Yeah, it's like, at least Joe knows how to make a fake phone call look real. Kurt looks like he's never seen someone handed him a fucking phone and goes, what is this? And they go, make a phone call. And he's like, what's that? I hate watching Kurt use this. It's like watching your super old dad try to use a modern day smartphone.
It's like, hey, where are the buttons at?
Yeah.
This is just a piece of glass.
Where's the keypad?
There you go, yep. Okay, anyways, main event time. SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. Charlotte Flair defending against Carmella. Flair got a really mixed reaction coming out. Very loud, we want Becky chants.
And hey, she's the heel.
Yeah. So Carmella had the early advantage and slowed down the pace. The crowd broke into another Becky chant. Flair climbed to the top turnbuckle, but Carmella shoved her to the floor. She then followed that up with a suicide dive, wiping out Charlotte. Carmella nailed Flair with a top rope Hurricane Rana for a close near fall. You go to a commercial break. And no, never mind, I read that wrong. Flair attempted the figure four, but Carmella reversed it into 2 super kicks in a row. Flair fought back and hit a spear, natural selection, locked in the figure eight, and Carmella tapped out. So Carmella's done in the title picture for the time being. Charlotte gets to the belt. As she's celebrating in the middle of the ring, Becky comes and attacks her from behind, and the crowd goes bananas.
Yeah, no, they went
someone. Let's go, Becky. Let's go, Becky.
That Canadian crowd was taking fucking shots of maple
syrup. I have not heard a pop like that, and I don't know how long.
I don't know who got a really good. Owens got a huge pop last night.
Until he basically said, I'd rather be in Montreal.
Yeah, but his wrestling last night.
I mean, that pop almost reminded me. I can't say too much because I wasn't there, but it almost reminded me of the pop at WrestleMania 31, sitting there when Seth Rollins' music hit at the end of the show. It may not have been as loud because
pop didn't sound that loud on TV, actually.
Huh?
That Seth Rollins pop didn't sound that loud on TV.
Oh, it was bananas in the fucking Levi Stadium. It was nuts. It would have sounded better if it was in a closed building on television.
What is this Canadian talk going on in our chat? Can we get rid of this, please?
So Becky,
why are we talking about these unimportant things about a fake? What is Canada? It's not a country, is it?
I have no clue.
It's a province. The province.
So Becky attacks Charlotte, grabs the SmackDown Women's Championship, says that she's going to take back her championship, calls Charlotte a bitch, and the crowd goes even more nuts when she says that. And she just walks to the back.
I don't know, man. So, all of this stuff with Becky.
They got the camera on Becky as she's walking up the ramp and through the stage, And the camera for the last like 10 seconds, 20 seconds of the show cuts back over to Charlotte sitting in the corner, kind of just pissed, as the entire crowd must have noticed her on one of the screens and just starts booing louder than anything. You see everybody in the crowd jumping up and down with their fingers, with thumbs down. And that crowd, it was almost worse than Roman Reigns getting booed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they hate Charlotte Flair now.
Yeah, no, and I mean Becky trying to be the heel is it's just such a weird way to go. I'm gonna talk a lot about it Wednesday. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna make that a topic.
But that was SmackDown
Tomorrow. Yeah, that was SmackDown. So thank you guys for tuning in to the SmackDown Live recap for August 28th, 2018. You can follow me on Twitter at PWU_Armstrong. You can follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited. Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD, and right here on YouTube. Be sure to check out everyone at Fightful, Sean Ross Sapp, Jimmy Van, all the fine folk, Fightful.com or at Fightful Online. Tim, where can they find you?
Little plug for Fightful. On their listing your boy tomorrow, Jimmy Van said he's got a surprise. So
he's got a surprise.
Check that out at
guys
on the Fightful YouTube at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern.
Noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, guys.
Big Nut, $2 Super Chat Nation said predictions and betting odds for All In. I think we'll do a predictions video, and there's no betting odds.
Yeah, there's no betting odds.
So, but we're working on something.
Let's
cool.
Announce that later. We're
working on something cool for our All In review.
Yeah.
So with that, you can follow me at Twitch and Twitter at Timmy B, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you later, guys. Podcast. I thought you guys were a province. I didn't think it was a country.
That's what somebody said.